What's going on, everyone? In this video today, we're going to break down the best bench press variations into technique, strength, and hypertrophy. And these are variations you should have in your program so you can build that big bench. So let's get right to it. What is going on, my powerlifting people? Thank you for tuning in to another video. And if you're new here to this channel and you don't know who I am, my name is Aaron Kamesi. I'm a powerlifting coach, athlete, referee, and meet director. So I make videos here on this channel to help out those groups of people. I've already done a video going over the best squat variations, but today we're gonna go over now the best bench press variations that you should be having in your program so you can build that big bench press. And we're gonna break it up into three categories: technique, general strength, and hypertrophy. So depending on what goal you're trying to achieve, you know which variation to put into your program. And if you missed out on the best squat variations video, you can always check that out. I'll put the card for it above and I'll put the link for it in the description below. But let's get right into those best bench press variations. And the first group we're gonna go over is ones that will improve technique. And similar to the squat, a lot of people have issues with the bench press when it comes to their technique and rushing things. They want to unrack the bar and just start bringing it right down to their chest. They start bouncing it on their chest and pressing it up. And during that time, they might be wobbling on the bench, or their feet may be coming up, or head may be coming up. And so for a lot of beginners and intermediates, just like in the squat and in bench press, they need to slow things down. So the number one go-to variation for technique is going to be the tempo bench. And what exact tempo you use just depends on you and what level you are. So for the first level, you want to tempo everything. So you may do a 3-second down, a 1-second pause on the chest, and 3-second up. That's gonna allow you to work with lighter weight and really control your descent, making sure you're staying in the proper position, making sure you're motionless on the chest and everything is tight during that 1-second pause, and then making sure your bar path is good when you drive back towards your shoulders on the way up, taking your time. Once you perfect your technique with this 3-1-3 tempo and your elbows are flaring out well, your bar path is good, you're keeping your butt down, your feet are flat, you have constant leg drive pushing your weight up onto your shoulders, then you can toss out the tempo for the way up. So then you continue to do your 3 seconds down, you do your 1-second pause on the chest, and then you explode up as fast as you can. That way you're doing an explosive concentric, which is gonna help you build up your strength and also let you handle more weight so you can work on that good technique now with heavier weights and going as fast as you can on the way up. Once you've gone past that level 2, then you can go to level 3 and toss out the tempo on the descent, which then basically becomes a long pause bench. So then you can control it down as fast as you're capable of bringing the bar down. Once you're on the chest, you can pause for 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, however you feel comfortable with for your long pause bench, and then exploding up again as fast as you can, just like the level 2. Once again, this is going to allow you to handle more weight so that you can practice the proper technique and staying tight with heavier and heavier weights as you're going from level 1 to level 2 to level 3. And then eventually, once you go back to your competition bench, your descent speed, you want to be as fast as you can go while maintaining control and being able to get that bar motionless on the chest. And then obviously once you get a press command in competition, you want to press up as fast as you can. All right, next up we're going to general strength, and depending on where your weakness is in your range of motion, you may want to adjust this variation to fit your needs. But just like the squat, my favorite variation for the bench press is going to be the pin press. And you can set this up in a power rack or in a combo rack, and you can set the safety or the pin wherever you need to break up the eccentric concentric phase for where you are weak. Oftentimes for lifters, their weakness is going to be from the chest to maybe a few inches off the chest. So you can do a chest level pin press where you're setting the safeties right above the chest so the bar touches the pins or the safeties before it rests on the chest. So you're gonna set up your bench press exactly the same, you're gonna unrack exactly the same, you're gonna bring it down exactly the same as you do in a competition bench, but instead you're gonna rest the bar on the pins, come to a complete stop, and then from that dead stop, you have to press up out of that bottom position and lock it out. Like I said, this is gonna break up the eccentric and concentric phase, take away that stretch reflex, and you have to push from that difficult position from a dead stop. So it's gonna help you build up that bottom end strength. And then depending on the hole sizing for your safeties and where exactly you can put it, you can also do maybe 1 inch above your chest or 2 inches above your chest to work that weak range of motion in different positions. And if you don't have access to safeties or good hole spacing to set up exactly where you want for your build and your bench height, then you can do 2 different variations of that. One would be doing a board press, and 2 would be doing the long pause bench. So with the board press, instead of using the safeties, you're just using the board or any kind of item. You can put books or plates or anything on your chest, and then you can also pick the size. So you can do like a half board or 1 board or 2 board, so you can hit those different levels. and you can bring it down and stop on the board, so you can try and take away that stretch reflex and then press from that dead stop from that position. And if you don't have access to the safeties or the boards, then you can just do the long pause bench and just focus on your longer pause, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, or even 7 seconds. The longer that you're resting on your chest, even if you are staying tight, you're slowly going to dissipate that stretch reflex over time, and then you have to press from more of that dead stop without the stretch reflex off the chest. So it still kind of mimics the pin press and the board press. And for hypertrophy, my two favorite variations are the feet up bench press and the closer grip bench press. So with the feet up bench press, it doesn't really matter if you're putting your feet up on the bench or up in the air or out in front of you. The idea is that you're taking away a little bit of your arch, which is going to increase the range of motion, and you're also taking away your leg drive and your stability, and have to use more of your upper body. So it's really going to build up more of that upper body hypertrophy in a longer range of motion. And then the closer grip bench press, you can do that either with the pause, touch and go, or even with the feet up. And again, that closer grip is going to increase your range of motion, since most powerlifters are out wide, maybe between pinky and index finger on the rings. So if you bring it inside those rings, then you're going to increase the range of motion, and you're also going to hit the triceps more, since again, with the wider grip and the big arches, with the shorter range of motion, we're really hitting the pecs more through a shorter range of motion. So we're trying to take those away and bring the grip in more to increase the range of motion and put some more focus on the triceps. So there you have it, the best bench press variations for technique, general strength, and hypertrophy. And if you want to see me go more in depth into all these different variations and more with Coach Joe, then you can check out our Squats and Science coaching podcast. We have a full episode where we go over our favorite bench press variations and really break it down more in depth in a longer format than this video here. And if you want to see other bench press videos other than just variations, then you can check out my bench press tips playlist right here on the channel. I'll put the card for it above and a link for it down in the description below, so you can see all the different bench press tips I have and more that I'm putting in there each week, so you can build that bigger bench. And if you want to help me out and give back to me, then you can do one of these things that will go a long way in helping me and my channel. So first, you can obviously like the video. Second, you can share it with a friend who's maybe looking for different bench press variations to put in their program. And three, you can comment below, what are your favorite bench press variations? Do you like the ones I have in there? Are there ones that you think are better? Or you can just comment what other bench press tips videos you would like to see me do, so I can add to my list and put out more videos like this for you guys. But other than that, hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.